Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Lucid, and I'm joined once again by Maryland.
Hi, everybody.
So we've got another turn for y'all. It's turn 66. And before we get into it, Maryland, who's been co-hosting with me for so many turns now, we've spent just hours and hours and hours doing this at this point.
Yeah, this is a lot of hours. And our productivity's been sometimes huge and sometimes moderate, but we've kept up.
Sometimes we go a week or two without recording, and then we'll do, like right now, we're in the middle of a recording spree, basically.
Yeah, we're on our fourth one in 2 days.
Yeah.
So.
But I want to do a plug for Maryland's channel. You've had your channel for a really long time.
I started in 2011.
Yeah.
And I got a lot done with Dominions 3. Some of my series still get watched.
Right.
Some of them videos for people is the Spectacle of Perspicuity, which was a 60 video series I did of a full game or something like that. But the new project's underway. One of them has been not highly productive but effective, is some mod showcase where I just open up a mod I've never seen, particularly Sombers, and then I just see what I could do with it. And then Somber has come in on the last episode to sort of go, oh yeah, I agree with the way you did it. Well, you could have done it this way or whatever.
Yeah.
So that series has a small following, but it's an interesting sort of sideline. And then I've got one regular series just going over a Disciples game. And without spoilers, it's at the point where it's kind of mid-game. Things are stable. One team is dying, and it's going from there. And the newest series I think of interest is for the game you're hosting, the Lernian Hydra, which is that idea of two players sharing a nation and doing the turns together.
Right.
It's not like the sub. We're actually, I don't know if everybody's doing this, but we are actually sending the turn file back and forth to each other, confirming everything, making sure we each agree on major decisions and all that stuff. Yeah. And how many of us? There's, I think, 12 people going to be broadcasting that game.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be 12 broadcasting, but there's an Omniscience faction, which is Sakanay inside, and then
there's a few we're going to.
And
I'm putting up links for them.
I'm going to. So I think Zan is going to do it too. I'm not sure who all. RCK might be in that game too.
RCK's in the.
He's in the other one. Okay.
Yeah, and he is going to do that one. So my first one of that is up, but those won't be going up very quickly.
Yeah.
Because it's not enough action yet to do to do only one turn an episode, or they'd be very short. So I'll probably wait another week for the next episode. So those are the things I've got underway at the moment. Those are my three kind of.
And you've got a ton of other stuff that you've put up over the years, but you kind of went through a period where you weren't putting a ton of stuff up on YouTube, and now there's a lot more stuff coming up on your channel. So if y'all are into Dominion's YouTube, go head over there and check it out. I've had a link in the description for all the videos, so there will be one in this one. As well, without me having to even think about it, which is awesome.
Exactly.
So, who do you want to start with here, Maryland?
I'd like to start with Alm. He hasn't talked to us in a little while.
Alrighty. You want to read these for us?
Sure. So Kirby's in the command seat. Captain Kirby. Trade update. This turn, Alm did a massive exchange of gems with most players in the game for fire gems. In all, we're getting 77 fire gems the turn you see this message. The goal is King of Fire round 2, since we have Evo 9 researched. What does he mean by round 2? Oh, a second try of using the King of Fire. Next time somebody invades Alm, they will have the pleasure of flames from the sky to the face. Excellent. I think he's making the right choices. Use the King as a caster.
Yep.
On top of this, in a conversation with Ind, an odd offer came up. Ind suggested that if Alm was able to defend the Throne of Fire better than they, we could buy it from them for 2,000 gold. Now, I think everyone knows by now that gold is a non-issue for Alm. However, the deal was still a hard one for me to make. Ultimately, I don't want to antagonize Pangaea too soon, specifically before Ctis is done, so I'm hoping that Pan will be grumpy about it, but wait to get their revenge on us for at least a little while. Otherwise, I guess we'll very quickly find out if we can defend it better than Ind or not. P.S. Fun side note, among my new bag of tricks is seeking arrow someone with Ring of Returning. Not to kill them, but to send them back to the cap during magic phase so their movement gets cancelled. I didn't even realize that
Yeah,
worked.
no, I've had that happen to me before. So yeah, it definitely works. You can also, by the way, hit them with like flames from the sky and stuff.
Right. Or even what's the little flame?
Oh yeah,
it's 10
fire, flames from afar.
Flames.
I guess this explains too where the Ctis god. Oh, excuse me, where the Ctis god was this turn, or this last turn.
Right. Oh, now we know. Now we know how that worked.
It's kind of one of the things, because a lot of times you can be like, I've gone through phases where I was like, oh, let's put Ring of Returning on a bunch of stuff. That way I don't ever lose important casters. Problem is you get hit by strategic nukes, or there's a bunch of things that can happen where your guy gets sent home before they do what they need to do. So,
or even independent attacks mess you up, like a bunch of barbs. One might get through. PPS. At this time, Ulm has 3 Blood 1 Magi. 2 from, I say Magi, both are valid. 2 from Empower and 1 Black Lord got blood from an event. Thematic transition to LA Ulm. Oh, okay, that's kind of neat. I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that either. Slowly, we creep along the path to blood power status with the help of our 1 throne. Oh, he's got a throne with a few slaves? That's a nice feature.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, literally 0 sites in a Swamp Throne province. Inconceivable.
Wow.
It happens.
That's really unlucky.
Because I imagine he's an 8-path searcher.
Yeah.
He's got pretty much everything available. On our docket for research is Construction 8, where we will see if the Black Book is still available. Although I expect we will be sad when it is not. That's the Blood 2, Death 2 monster. The other one he might really like is Igor Cronin's Tome.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever made that in a game.
That's the one that, some people really like it because it cranks corpse constructs through the roof if you're casting.
Okay.
And we've seen a few people casting corpse constructs.
Yeah, Vanheim had made quite a few of them, I think.
Yeah. I think it's
so let's see what's happened here. So
Igor Conehelm, and it adds 10 corpse constructions every time you cast it. So you go from the 6 of a lightning rod and a storm spool to 16 per gem.
That's pretty good.
Pretty huge.
Getting foul vapored here, but he's got Serpent's Blessing, so nothing happens.
He got it up.
Yeah.
He got it up,
Okay.
And Ctis' attack was big enough to trigger gems.
How did he do this here? I wonder if this was the if we're starting to see the matrix. Oh, we're starting to see matrices.
There we go.
That's good.
Well, I still not see an Astral Magi.
Yeah.
But maybe
another Black Lord running around. Firebrand.
I hope
he's. We've seen so many Vine Shields. I hope these are from elves he's killed. If he's making Vine Shields, I'm going to be a little sad.
Yeah. Well, you're very fond of a number of other shields that perform the duty more reliably.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Ulm, right? Like, their job is supposed to do cheap shit. They're not supposed to do... Like, Vine Shield, I see as a very luxury item. It's a great item.
You also brought up... It's something I wasn't aware of, that it's not very durable.
Yeah, it's super easy to break. It's a thug item, not a super combatant item.
So it's a plain Mars Master.
There's exceptions to that, of course, but...
Yeah. You like the Scutatum Volturnus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Woo. Man, Ulmish Infantry go brrr. Look at that.
Oh, that was just a high priest. Yeah. That was not a Marshmaster. The icon, the sprite looked funny.
So things look to be going real good for him in Ctis. He's gained even more territory from Ctis. Like, look at these little tiny budget raiding squads. These are excellent little squads. I wonder if this is an Earth Elemental again. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So we saw this one before.
Super budget script. I like this a lot.
So he's got lockdown on Ctis.
Yeah.
Oh, they see there's one little fort on the coast of the pond that Ctis could raid out of.
He's got... Oh, there's an Iron Angel here, huh? You know, he's going to have trouble, I think, dealing with this God and Wind of Death still. But man, he's got Ctis on lockdown now for all their forts.
Yeah, he does. I mean, Ctis could arguably cloud piece the god to a different fort, or like you suggested, flying boots and a shade mail.
Yeah.
Otherwise, though, it looks to me like what Ulm's done is put a budget defense of Ctis's capital so that if the Neater pops out, he's at low risk. The Neater's not going to wipe out another army.
And Ctis...
It might kill a couple.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking that it looked like it was three Master Smiths and an Iron Angel sitting on Ctis's cap. So that buff the Iron Angel, toss out a few elementals, and hopefully the Iron Angel can send the Neater going home really quickly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, and, you know, to Ctis's credit, he's been trying to where he can put, you know, pressure and try to retake stuff, and he's just not able to get through these budget Ulm things that Ulm's doing, you know, which...
Yeah, Ulm's got some really good budget thugs, and some of the stuff we talked about, we thought he'd roll out against Vanheim.
Yeah.
The Black Lord thugs and some of these other budget parties, this little one Smith with 2 Earth Gems and 5 Flail guys. Those are pretty budget counter raids.
I tell you, Ulm has really made lemonade out of lemons here. I mean, he went from getting... I mean, I think he could have done a lot better in this war with Vanheim. But that aside, I mean, he was getting stomped in that war, got out, had to give up a ton of stuff. But, I mean, he's probably close to first in income now. Well, not quite, but almost. I mean, he's right up there, you know? Look at that.
Yeah. And he's doing something that I'm surprised. Maybe he's been doing it all along. But for Ulm to play the forger for everybody in the game and use that as a diplomatic initiative and...
what did he say he was doing here again?
Buying a bunch of fire gems.
Yeah, okay. He doesn't have Eternal Pyre. Maybe he's going to try to control that. That would make a lot of sense. If he's, you know, going to do Flames from the Sky, getting this Fire Throne is going to be great for that too.
Yeah, if you start selling 1 gem items for 3 gems, that's a pretty good profit.
Yeah, it's a real good profit. And he's in a position where I think everybody would want to trade with him. He's not super strong or anything where people are going to be like, don't trade with Ulm. If anything, most people in the game except Vanheim are probably going to want a strong Ulm.
Okay. Well, this position for Ulm is looking very, very good.
Yeah.
And I could see some interesting things going on.
Yeah, he's got this Throne of Fire. This is going to be great for casting Flames from the Sky later. And yeah, I mean, if he can get some of these forts, he's got both of these cracks. So the good news is if the god stops one of them, it can only stop one. Mm-hmm. If he can get some of these forts and just not lose too much, he's going to be in a great position. Or not great, but much improved.
Much improved.
All right. Message from Pangaea. I guess you don't know what you got till it's gone. N's new player has sent out 76 Sacreds with 2 mages and 5 Sacreds with 7 mages. And those 2 mages include mages that cast Comm Master with no slaves. Oh boy. So that was a mistake. And now that he's had his army collected in 2 provinces that are not thrones or caps, he's had the chance to retool them for his own personal flavor, and I'll see what sort of scripting he likes, assuming he sends them out. He really ought to send them out. In the meantime, enjoy the staggering replenishment of Maenads when invading someone running Turmoil Scales and our Tree Lord Artillery. Wait, what's the Tree Lord Artillery? I guess he can cast Tree Lord on a remote province. Is that the idea? Yeah.
No, I'm not sure.
I think that's what he means.
Unless he means the Tree Lord staff.
Yeah. No, I think Tree Lord's a remote cast spell. But people normally summon it in a friendly forest, but he's using it aggressively, it looks like.
Tree Lord.
My spellcasting mod actually nerfs tree lords quite a bit, since you want them to cast self buffs and then exist at people while poisoning and charming them. Okay, they don't do that with. Now that they don't do the buffing, they're mostly susceptible to being axed down before they can persuade the enemies to die or switch sides. Might work anyways, though.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it is a remote. It's range 3, range 4.
And even if it doesn't, it will be funny. That's probably true. Might wind up fighting Coalition round 2 if and when I get 5 thrones, but I might not. I guess people have expectations of a guy just because he'll have 4 caps and mount chaining, huh? It's probably going to be ridiculously hard to throne rush without more Holy 3s. So I might need to get Construction 8 and a Holy Boost or something. Sai's still thinking about them thrones. So it's very... And Vanheim is totally keyed on that, too. He knows that Sai's thinking about this. Oh, and End is doing a frontline Comslave thing, presumably Phoenix Pyre Soul Vortex. I'll do a test, see if it'll lose to a mass fatigue play. But my thinking is that it should, since the slaves have multiple masters draining them, so they should get pushed over the Phoenix Pyre limits before they die for the first time. Soul Vortex is good versus imps, though we'll have to see how those tests go. Also, since he's doing Comslave round 1, they're susceptible to ranged weapons, as they won't have their buff stacked on them at first, and they're standing still. So things shot at them will actually hit. Might be able to do something with round 1 Blade Wind spam. Okay.
Okay.
And we don't have a corresponding message from End here, so we'll have to see.
But we have some fights.
We have some fights. So here, this is the Well of Pestilence province, and this is just some garbage from End that got, it looks like halfway stolen. Wait, where was End's army? It was in this fort and it's now moved. Oh God!
But there was another one around it as well.
To think, Maryland, that this screen used to all be End stuff, and now this army is walking around here and it's just walking in the midst of Pangaea. I mean, I've never seen an army looking more alone.
And where's it going to go?
I don't know.
I think there's an army inside that sieged fort, so maybe he could put the two together, but he's very vulnerable to being interrupted on his way.
Yeah. I mean, he needs the right mages with this, I think. And it's what we were talking about. I don't think he has it, so I don't know what the army can do. And I get the feeling more of like what Sai was talking about, some of those previous comments. Like, if he fights me, it's just going to be suicide, because that's distinctly the feeling I have for this army here. However, I don't think, it's just to repeat myself like the 10th time, if he got the right mages, it wouldn't be suicide.
Yeah, but the two armies beside it, yes, they have a great deal of mainads, but they also have, a huge number of lifelong protections. Yeah. They've got a lot of centaurs and an awful lot of pans. Yeah. So that's going to be an ugly fight.
Okay, we have Chaff versus Chaff. I guess we'll watch this. It looks kind of funny.
Okay. So this is probably that mass protection play, but the End army was just big enough. Oh, and a lot of arrows. A lot of those mainads equal 10 protection, being killed by arrows.
Mainads are free, though, and wolves in Falspawn aren't exactly free. But they're not terribly expensive.
They're cheap.
We have a Tree Lord battle. Let's see what happens. Two guys running around with
just a few sacreds and trampling boars, so the boars are dead. But the Tree Lord's putting them to sleep.
Casting Charm. And I think he does have weapons, yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty high fatigue, though. Oh, he is regenerating.
They're chopping through it.
Not 25.
Maybe not. Oh, no.
It's a little close. He's got...
But he's fatigued out now with a chest wound.
Was that a chest window? Yeah.
Yeah. But still, it looks like they might not be able to.
Yeah, I
kill
think
it
it's going to
like
time out. Another one. Never
Water.
healing wound. All right.
Okay, that drops his regen.
All right, we'll just see how this turns out. Yeah, it times out, it looks like.
It times out, yeah. Okay.
Oh!
Well, that was interesting. What's this?
All right, so first, Pangaea rides in, says, get off of this cap that should be mine. And In has flaming arrows on all these little Hoburg with slings. And it almost
Good
goddamn
grief.
works, because he's got protection on these guys.
Yeah, but
Not
not quite.
quite.
He needed something for a front
Yeah, he
line.
needed something to just sit there for like 2 or 3 more turns. Almost worked.
That was pretty.
And then,
And then what's this? Oh my gosh!
guess who's back?
Oh my gosh!
Guess who's back?
What is he? What is he? Just soul
Just
Slay.
Soul Slay. Doesn't even get...
So he called God.
Yeah.
He just called God out of the blue and
All
brought his
right.
God back on his capital. And now his God's parked there just irritating the whole...
Operation
Making a
Rescue
mess.
Your God. Commence.
So what the heck?
He's got to do a rescue operation, dude. He's got to send his dudes out.
He's only there. He's only
Yeah,
there.
he's got to just get him 2 provinces over.
Oh, good grief.
Magic phase in here,
Okay.
something that can kill the demon knights. Have the god join.
Yeah.
Move and take this. Mission accomplished.
Isn't
Oh
that
god. Yes. Yes, game.
You know,
yes.
you wonder if he knew he was calling God, and if he did his calculations, you know, he might have a scout hiding in that province with gear and gems.
Oh, I don't. I think it's probably too much. There's randomness in it too, so there's a chance
there
though.
is.
Yeah, there's totally a chance.
It's around 50 priest levels
Yeah.
to call
Yeah.
God, and then there's a plus or minus 20% or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, this tree lord artillery is a funny idea.
Yeah,
That is a really.
I want to. Let's look too, because did he start with Regen or did he cast it? I can't. Oh, he cast Strength of Gaia. I guess that spell isn't blocked by the spellcasting AI mod. There you go.
Good. And he's got a retinue of boars, which is a pretty decent retinue.
Yeah.
But there's the 3 tree lords. So,
Yeah.
and they're uniques, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
So you can only do this 3
Yeah.
times. So that guy's the
However,
one with the great boar. and
you
then
can
you got the
try.
one
You
with
can
the-
transform them. So for whatever reason you want a lot of really high nature path dudes, you can transform a tree lord and summon another one.
Okay. So, and then then there's the one with a little bit of
Yep.
blood magic, and it comes with dire wolves, and then the dying one has no retinue,
Does it have a death path? I can't remember.
but it auto casts swarm.
Hmm.
No, it does not show a death path, just nature
Okay.
5. Well, that's pretty entertaining. So what about the large army that sortied out from Hind towards the Elmish border? Did it actually fight anything?
I want to look at this one real quick. Is this the one that he had the comm slaves up front with the soul vortex? No.
Yeah, Communion Master up front.
I think
saw
this must be
Communion
the
Master.
one that had the where he was doing the soul vortex thing. We didn't see that yet.
That was no. That was a couple turns ago. It was a fun thing to watch, that's for sure. Well, this is very entertaining.
Yeah.
The Uruk breakout.
Oh my god. It's the blood hunting thing has gotten targeted.
Oh, that's quite a large army, although mostly just lions.
Yeah.
Bone.
I mean,
So
Pangaea
both
might be
yeah,
getting to the point where they can do beast mastery, which would wreck this stuff. Yeah.
Ooh, that would be a nightmare. Yeah, that would definitely be a nightmare.
All right. This doesn't. I don't see anything too fancy from the Mage Core here.
No, not Not so far. So do you think Ind is going to try to clear up that sieged fort with that large army?
This one? Oh, wait, this one.
No, that one there.
Yeah, I think you write out.
Yeah.
I mean, for certain, I would write out for here.
Yeah.
And he'd probably do some raiding around, counter raiding around here. Try to keep this. I don't know what this army does. I feel like this army has no shot, but I also am not confident. I mean, we'd have to really sit. We haven't really been taking the time to sit here and like deep dive these battles as if we were an enemy player and say, okay, what all spells are each of these mages going to cast? But, you know, he's got a bitch mother here who could probably do something like relief.
What is it? Only about 6 magi.
Yeah, it's not a ton. But there's an Ice Devil here. He could potentially super combatant with an Ice Devil. We'll see.
Well, Dedrum is now a white. Did you see that Dedrum is now a white mage?
Oh, I didn't. I didn't notice that. Okay, so he could super combatant too with the white mage. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's transformed the Bahamut into a white mage, so now it's got full slots.
Yeah. Okay, so there's some interesting tricks we might be able to see. We'll see what he does.
They definitely are.
Well, I think that covers this war. I mean, I think basically he's taken their foot off of the raiding pedal, and it's looking like they're going to want to go fight. And you can see the province graph just plummeting right now.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem is I don't know if they can take a fight, and this army definitely I don't think can.
That army's at high risk.
Yeah. So
unless it can join up with something else and move south. If it moves directly south, but if there's a magic phase interruption, it could damage it very badly, and we don't know what's inside that fort.
Yeah.
I seem to remember from last turn there was a moderate-sized army inside that fort that's pad a siege.
Yeah. So I think too, you know, I said last episode that I think it's done. Like I think it's like an unwinnable position now from Ind. And I do think that's the case. So it's like, do you need to raid or do you need to pull your armies together? I don't know. I think you lose both ways, but the path towards coming back does start with killing some of these Pangaean armies, I think. But ideally you would want to do it without taking your foot completely off the pedal on the counter raiding like he's done. He's just lost all of the raiding initiative. Like you want to doom stack and kill his stuff, but you also want to apply some raiding pressure. But you know, those are conflicting objectives, but you don't want to go too far into the doom stack direction anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
And we've done Ulm, right? So yeah.
Yeah, we've done Ulm. We talked about Ulm and Ctis, so we should see what Vanheim is telling us.
I think I forgot to mention that I ended my nap with Xibalba 3 turns ago in the hope of being able to do a bit of vulturing. So this turn I'm going after Pythium and 2 other provinces. Gosh.
He told us that. Yeah.
He's getting
so
just...
He does.
Oh, and he's popped it too. He probably has... He was using gate cleavers earlier, so I fully expect there's some gate... Oh, eagles. Wow. Oh my gosh.
That many eagles. Yeah. That's kind of an instant crack.
Yeah. And I mean...
No gate.
What is Xibalba going to have here? Oh, I don't think he mentioned he ended his nap with Xibalba. He mentioned he ended his nap with Ind.
Oh, that's right. Oh, so he's just going to vulture everything he can and get big. Before
what a good play.
Any pressure on Pelagia.
This is exactly what he needs to do right now. Just getting freaking huge. I was worried he would lose momentum after kind of pausing with Ulm, but he's not really going right into Pelagia. He's just vulturing Xibalba and vulturing Ind. So he's not stopping. He's keeping momentum, which was that was the thing I wasn't super excited about from his side of the deal with Ulm. But he's basically just said, okay, Ulm is going to give us more resistance, and there's lower resistance paths for us to flow through. And that's what he's going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just grabbing whatever he can. Get himself big.
And I mean,
just have an overwhelming economy.
And this is going to be free. I mean, nothing in here is going to have anything to say to this army.
Interesting. I mean, if I was Ashdod, I'd take this not very politely, but he really is in no petition to contest it. So what could he do?
Yeah.
What can
I mean, let's take a look at the score graphs here for Ashdod and Vanheim.
Yeah, I don't think they're even
so
close.
Provinces, they're not that far apart, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But research, he's twice his research. Gym income, twice the gym income.
Twice the gym income.
So
forts.
Income, a good bit more.
30% more. Forts almost twice.
Yeah. And army size, they might be kind of close, but in terms of army quality, these are nothing like each other. You know, everything Ashdod's got is diseased. He's got a shit ton of slingers still. You know, meanwhile, Vanheim's rolling in with like Great Eagles and Storm Demons and Vans and Einhairs. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, Ashdod can't really contest this. I mean, he might make up a protest, but...
Yeah.
I'm going to pull my diplomat.
We're shutting down our embassy in Vanheim. Okay.
Yeah, we're shutting down our embassy.
Okay.
Oh, well, big whoopee.
Yeah. And then these elves coming in. Let's see if he's doing expensive or budget elves. Oh, super expensive. Wraith Crown. Very fancy. Wow. That's one thing. I mean, I'm not here to say what's right or wrong. Vanheim does very expensive elves. He likes putting all the stuff on them. And a lot of time, you know, like it's been working pretty well, but then sometimes he loses 200 gems.
Yeah.
But
we did see him in the earlier game. I remember seeing some budget Vanheim thugs.
No, he does a mix. But yeah.
It may be that after he got enough seduced, he just decided that doesn't pay.
Yeah.
Because a budget Vanhyrl thug can't handle a charming.
Oh, that's true. This is a very good kit for dealing with the assassins.
Yeah. Yeah, that's seriously...
And he's got this, which is a +4 morale item. So he's at 21 morale with the Wraith Crown. Good luck seducing this dude.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that might be an element of it. And then if he's been paying attention, he would probably know that Xibalba's been assassinating.
Yeah.
So that might be the other reason he's not wanting...
That's a good point.
Budget thugs.
That's a very good point.
Well, just what occurred to me why you might want to overgear your thugs.
Yeah.
Because you're better off to hang on to what you've gained.
I wonder if these guys have anti-assassin gear. Yeah, kind of. They've got blood slaves. This guy's got luck, which is pretty okay in assassinations. These brands are going to be pretty good in assassins too, and this will be able to clear imps out. It'll kill at least 2 tiles worth of stuff. I mean, two imps a turn, so it could get through lifelong maybe. Yeah. I don't know. They're not super geared up for assassins, but they're not easy targets either.
Well, I can't guarantee that that's his thinking, but that's one reason I might be looking at putting a little more stuff on the Vanhyrls.
Did we get a message from Ashdod? Let's see. Using some gate cleavers to take infrastructure in western Xibalba, continuing to hold Xibalba's cap for another wrathful caster to storm the fort. Oh, man.
We'll be ready next turn. But there was a small fight there of something.
Marilyn, I want to go back. Will you join me on a mission? It's going to be a bit of a detour. It'll probably take like 3 minutes. Let's go see what turn is Xibalba first one under siege. What do you think it was?
I think it was back to 50.
50?
I think you have to go back to 50.
I'll go under at 48.
Okay, go to 48 then and we'll see.
All right. Oh, did I get rid of some of them?
Oh, did you?
Okay, I did. 1 second. Let me pause it. All right. Magically, we have fixed it, and we're recording again. So, Ashdod, 48. It's not under siege yet.
Okay, so not on 48.
50. Did they... Oh, 50? It's not under
No.
siege yet either.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So not quite as long as we thought.
It just has felt longer because I guess the casting or something. 52?
We weren't super active in that turns 50 to 55. We weren't, not quite, but looks like now 53.
We'll check 54.
Yeah. There it is.
Okay, yeah, this is the first turn because it's killing PD.
Okay.
54.
And we are currently. Okay.
We're currently on what? 65 or 66, right? I think now.
Yeah. Okay, so 12 turns. It's been. So there's been multiple possible. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Multiple possible. So this western fort of Xibalba, is that the one that that Vanheim just took over from him?
This western fort of Xibalba, is that the...
He's going to go for the western fort of Xibalba. No.
Oh, it's this one, I think. He's cracked.
The one and the one by Uruk.
Let's see where he put the... Because he said he has gate cleavers on this, so it's probably... Yeah, there we go.
On the
Hashwell may have one, no. Okay.
Okay. Oh, there was one.
Oh, there's another one?
One on the Zots, or some on a little guy. Yeah, I thought I saw another axe. I don't know which axe it was.
Okay. Oh, you're right, on a scout.
There you go.
How about that?
Yeah.
Did he lose that scout in that battle? No. Good. Okay, so the fort's cracked. Pelagia is pinging. He was trying to get the glyph out of here. You remember he had sent some message about that? The glyph is still here. Okay. And then he pings inside, and it's the same stuff as before, plus a few more toys. Catches these Zots here. Storms this fort. Nothing inside.
Okay. Oh, it did cast the flaming arrows.
That seems to have worked pretty well. Flaming arrows, slingers, Nate taking out the fort PD, archers.
Comment I was just going to make is that he's sieging that fort. There's one Xibalba province there. I believe that was the Xibalban province that had what looked like quite a few spearmen just to the east, two over from where you are. That one there, I believe last turn had quite a few spearmen, so I don't know where they went.
Okay, well, let's see if we can find out.
Oh, maybe that was this that might have been this army.
I don't know. Hard to say. Pelagia's got a pretty big force here. I wonder what it's doing.
But Ashdod made the comment that he might have been using items to make it look bigger than it was.
Yeah, that might be what it was.
Oh, more monster boars. So there's monster boars kind of all over.
Yeah, I wonder what that's about. So Pelagia is striking out. What do you think Pelagia is doing with this army?
I think he might be just finishing, because there was an army sitting in that farm immediately to its west.
Oh, okay.
He might be trying to clear that up to make sure that thing can't keep counter-raiding.
Okay.
Being a nuisance.
All right.
I think that might be what.
All right. And this was...
I can't be sure, but...
All right, well, we're just anxiously awaiting to see what happens in Xibalba's capital, but basically Xibalba's just getting digested everywhere else.
Yeah, I think we could safely say that Xibalba's armies are now all bottled.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the map anymore. If we look at the army graph, it might tell us a little bit if Xibalba had significant losses.
No. Yeah, so I don't think we missed anything.
Okay, so what he's got left is just sitting in forts.
And, I think Xibalba's at the point, too, like, obviously they're not going to win the game. Obviously they're going to lose it somewhat shortly. they're still putting up a defense. They don't. There's not much incentive though for them to spend a ton of effort on their turn. I mean, you can see they're even striving out to raid and stuff, but there's just not much to do. It's kind of, this war is kind of a dead war now in a way.
Yeah, when I'm losing a game, I'm willing to keep fighting, but I'm generally not willing to do a bunch of testing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll do quality scripting and I'll put things together and stuff like that, but I'm not going to put that extra extraneous effort on top of just doing a good game.
Yeah. So I think that covers this conflict, and I think we've now been through all the messages, right?
We have, and I think the only thing, I saw a couple of little tidbits. If you go to the Pelagian pond, I saw what looks like a ping on the last remaining throne there. The big pond.
Big pond.
Pelagia's home territory. Yeah, that throne that nobody's taken. So maybe Pelagia has finally decided it's time to.
Yeah, it could be.
That throne.
It certainly could be.
Because that's a clear ping. And what's inside here?
Yeah, nothing that's too hard. You get a bit of shock resistance on your dudes.
Pelagia has counters to almost all of that. What god is that?
It's the Titan of Heaven.
Titan of Heaven, air and earth, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, air and earth.
So, he'll be annoying, but.
Well, I wonder. I mean, Pelagia can charm, can't he?
No.
He could try a charm trick.
I don't think you. Oh. Do they have good nature, or? Yeah, I let out a yawn. Sorry.
Well, I think they have some nature. I don't think they have good nature. It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know. He'd be. I mean, first of all, he's hard to assassinate, right? Because it's earth and air and a ton of gems.
Well, I didn't mean assassinate. I meant charm.
It's
charm in battle.
That's even harder to do, sort of, because you got to get him before everybody routs. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how to do it.
It is pretty hard to do.
Maybe with like a fatigue play, you could kind of do it, but then he's
got
hard to say.
Yeah, middle-aged Pelagia has Hecaterides, which are water 2, nature 3 summons. Yeah. So, and they're, I believe, stealthy. No, they're not stealthy, but
but then you get in the business, got to put shade mail and a black heart on them, and then they're probably going to die in the assassination anyway.
Yeah, you got to do a lot of mucking.
Yeah,
no question about it.
But yeah, not a ton of action over here on the Pelagian front otherwise. Hard to tell what he's cooking up. Let's take a look at his capital, though. We had seen Cthulhu last turn.
We had. We also were trying to find the Kraken again. Not seeing it.
It's possible he's distorting the army, too. I'm not sure.
I usually see the biggest mage, but...
Yeah. Oh, he's got a Queen of Clouds. That's interesting.
Queen of Clouds, okay.
Hard to say. I don't know where...
There's some Hecaterides.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either. No, we don't. It's opaque.
Yep.
What Pelagia does is pretty opaque to us.
He's made so few moves this game that were any major commitment, but he's already. Let's pull him up on the score graph. I mean, he's right up here with the big dogs without having really had hardly a serious war. I mean, he's had a couple fights against Jotunheim, and that was it.
Yeah, he swallowed Jotunheim very cheaply. Income, good.
Research, I think he's still number 2.
Yeah. Army size is probably quite good. Quite a few summons. He's in good shape. Dominion is stable.
Gem income too. All right, I guess he's chilling.
All right. I guess so. But we were asking, what's Van? When are we going to start to see moves from Vanheim? Well, we're seeing some moves now. And those are valid moves.
Yeah, I think he's just vulturing, which is easy. why do something hard like finish Olmoth when you can come over here and vulture End and vulture Xibalba?
Exactly.
And then after that, shift into Pelagia. He's huge. He is huge.
Yeah. If you zoom way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. That's a big chunk of the territory of the map. Alrighty.
I think that's it, guys. Thank you for joining us.
I covered everything. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. See y'all next time.
Bye, guys.